From faded park benches to a building exterior that literally screams medieval times, Ireland Hall is the oldest building on the Cowley College campus. The poised, aged building is most recognized from a distance by the clock-like tower which can be seen in many areas from downtown Arc City. What many individuals ignore is the two words and year date carved into the stone above the main entrance.
I would say Ireland Hall is mostly known for it of being the old high school. At one time, before Cowley took that on, that was the high school here in Arc City. So I think people look back on that fondly as being the old high school.
Ireland Hall was built in 1890 and served originally as the Arc City High School. The name officially came from Board of Trustees member W.H. Pat Ireland and was officially dedicated on December 12, 1982.
Well, as far as Ireland Hall is concerned, back in 1968, Cowley's then president, Dr. Gwynn Nelson, initiated a 5-year master plan, which included the purchase of land around Galley Johnson and the old senior high school, which was constructed in 1890. In 1974, that building was placed on the National Register of Historic Landmarks and declared a state landmark. We now call that building Ireland Hall. Ireland Hall occupants on the main floor has our criminal justice program, also houses the Kansas Jayhawk Conference Commissioner's office in there as well. And on the lower level of the building, it's utilized for our Cosmetology department program. So we get a lot of great use out of that building. It's a beautiful historic building that we're very proud of here at Cowley.
For the past 5 years, the criminal justice program has been directed by Winfield Police Officer Frank Owens.
Criminal Justice Department, we basically have different degree grids for students pursuing a career in criminal justice, whether they want to go on to a 4-year university or 2 years and out into the workforce. So we basically gear towards providing students with the information they need to know to succeed either in a 4-year environment and or in the workforce. We've been doing very well. We are running somewhere around an 85% placement rate for post-Cowley, either furthering their education or job placement in a related field. It's been very successful. We've seen our numbers going in the right direction.
Take either the old elevator or the rickety staircase down to the basement, and you'll find the home base of the Cosmetology program, headed by Amy Rooney.
Our department is the study of beautifying people from nail skin and hair color, anything like that has to do with the beauty industry. We've had a very high successful graduation rate, and most of our students are employed and working in the field, so that's very well, and they're successful and they have big clientele.
But these two programs aren't the only reason most students know about Ireland Hall. Year-round, there are constant reports of paranormal activity. But who exactly has seen these apparent ghostly phenomenons?
I do not. I've heard a little bit of some stories. I know there's been an individual that was on campus a few years ago that was writing a book, that was a former graduate here of Cowley College, and he was exploring the possibility of paranormal activity over in that building. I myself have not ever experienced it. I've been fortunate enough to be able to go upstairs in the top level of Ireland Hall. Not many people have been able to be up there, but I was fortunate enough to go up there at one time and look around a little bit. And it's just neat to soak in the history and think that at one time, over 125 years ago, that there were students in there utilizing that as classroom space.
Oh, I've had a couple. I've had been in class in front of a classroom full of students when the handle to the classroom door started violently shaking and there was nobody on the other side of the door. I mean, I was immediately right there. I opened the door right away and there was nobody there. And you've been in class with me before, so you know there's no way you can walk up and down these halls without being heard because the floors are kind of old and creaky. So it was clear that there was nobody on the other side of the door, and so it kind of spooked the class. And then I had one incident upstairs where I heard voices, like two people talking back and forth, and it was from a very distinct area, and when I walked through into that area, the voices just stopped. And then there's always all sorts of things like doors opening and closing and things like that, but yeah, there have been several memorable experiences.
I've heard of them, but I personally have not experienced any of them with the ghosts or anything like that.
Regardless of who and who hasn't witnessed such events, no one can deny what this building means to the campus or to the history of Cowley College.
My former boss, Ben Shears, he's now the president up at Northwest Kansas Technical College up in Goodland, Kansas. He was a big supporter of Ireland Hall and wanting to make sure that people realize the significance, the history of that building. And I hope that people here on campus treasure it as much as he does and as much as we here at the school do. We think it's a tremendous building, and we're very proud to have that as one of our buildings that we're able to utilize to have our cosmetology and criminal justice programs housed in.